Here is what is on the agenda for today. We're gonna do some kitchen organization. I need to move things around so that I can put my grain mill and my Bosch mixer away. You can see it behind me all the way over on the other side of the kitchen. The grain mill and the Bosch mixer, I'm loving them both, but they're huge and I don't want them sitting out taking up counter space. I have appliance garages, I just need to move some stuff around. So we're gonna do that. I'm gonna talk to you about grain milling, about how I like the mixer and the mill so far, and just kind of working with freshly milled grain. And then also I'm gonna give you a little update on gut health. I am 5 months postpartum with baby number 5 now, 3 months into like the gut healing process since the postpartum autoimmune flare-up that I started with, and I am down to 17 pounds below my pre-pregnancy weight. So I'm 17 pounds thinner than I was before I got pregnant with baby number 5. So I've bought new clothes once already, like my pre-pregnancy clothes didn't fit, and I'm like on the verge of having to do it again. But I'm feeling really good. Still feel like I have some work to do to get myself in a really good place with my health, but things are going well. And then the last thing we're gonna do is a thrift haul. I did a big thrift haul recently, kind of splurged on some things. It had been a while and you all know how much I love a good thrift haul, so I'll show you what all I got and where I plan on putting everything. I have had my grain mill and my Bosch mixer for a couple of months now, and I really am loving them. I chose these brands for the price point. So my grain mill, I just have the classic Nutrimill, and then you can see my Bosch mixer here. It's about half the price of like the Ankarsrum. I think I'm saying that brand right, but it's the same concept. And yeah, I'm just really pleased with it. This bowl, as you can see, the mixing bowl is humongous. I like it so much better than the KitchenAid that I had. The KitchenAid, it's more aesthetically pleasing. I think that's why they're so popular. But, after 2 of them having the motor die on me and just not being able, I felt like that they couldn't really handle thick doughs for bread and stuff without the motor heating up and essentially it just putting a lot of wear and tear on it. I was just done with KitchenAid, so I'm very happy with the Bosch. It's working really well for all the things that I would want to use it for. Here I'm making brown sugar, which brown sugar is just cane sugar and molasses mixed together. That's all it is. It's the easiest thing to remember. 1 cup of sugar to 1 tablespoon of molasses. This is a sugar saver. If you've never seen them, they're very cheap, maybe like $4 for one. You can get them from Amazon. You just soak it in water for 20 minutes or so, then pat it dry and put it in with your brown sugar. That way it doesn't go dry, so it'll keep it nice and moist and fresh for longer. Okay, I'll get back to telling you about grain milling and kitchen organization, but something kind of funny happened here. I got distracted while I was waiting 20 minutes for my sugar saver to soak, and I just started taking stuff off the shelves. And I've been wanting to paint this area of the kitchen for a long time now. You can actually see, like, I have 1 patch of paint painted up there, more of like an off-white. It's Aesthetic White by Sherwin Williams. That's actually the white. But I have this green. It is Evergreen Fog that we just painted our boys' bathroom with, and I love it. And I had some left. So, it's Friday night. What better, 5 o'clock on a Friday night, haven't started dinner. What better thing to do than to just paint it now? I really can't think of any better way to use my time, so we're gonna try it and see how it looks. Okay, so that escalated really quickly, but you'll get to see the end product at the end of this video. It turned out really well. Let's take a short break so I can tell you about the sponsor of this video. We are back with one of my favorite sponsors, Thrive Market. I love Thrive Market because they make my life so much less complicated when it comes to stocking my home with healthy groceries. Thrive Market is an online grocery store. They have everything you need as far as groceries and household items, toiletries, makeup, just like all the things that you would get if you went shopping at the grocery store, except it's all online. You get on there and load up your online cart, check out, and then in a couple of days, you have a big box of healthy groceries delivered straight to your door. So it's just so convenient. Thrive Market also does the heavy lifting so that you don't have to scan ingredients on the labels of everything that you buy. They have banned over 1,000 harmful ingredients to date. So when you purchase items from Thrive Market, you know that you're not getting any toxic stuff. So this date syrup, for example, there's only 1 ingredient. It's organic dates. So it's just like it sounds when it says organic date syrup. so many things that you buy these days, you know, they do like greenwashing, right? Where the box looks really pretty and simple and earthy and healthy, and they use like fancy words to make you think that it's natural, but really there's a bunch of, you know, toxins hiding in the ingredient list when you turn it around and start reading. That is not the case with Thrive Market. Plus, they make it really easy for anyone who is on a specialty diet, whether it's some kind of elimination diet like sugar-free or gluten-free or AIP or just anything you can think of. I've got this paleo powder. Is one of my favorite things from Thrive Market. But they've thought of everything really to just make it as easy as possible to get your hands on minimally processed, truly healthy groceries. Thrive Market price matches, so if you find something cheaper somewhere else, then they will match that price. Also, all orders over $49 ship for free, and Thrive Market donates a membership to a family in need for every paid annual membership. Plus, all of their products ship from zero waste warehouses with carbon neutral shipping. So they're, you know, checking a lot of the boxes that are important to me as far as being environmentally friendly, being charitable. Right now would be a great time to try Thrive Market because next Monday, September 16th, starts their low sugar and gluten-free sale where you get 25% off of tons of low sugar, gluten-free options. And on top of that, they have an offer for Hopewell Heights subscribers. When you join Thrive Market using my link, thrivemarket.com/Hopewell Heights, you will get 30% off your first order plus a free gift worth up to $60. It's only $12 a month to join Thrive Market, or if you join for a year, it's $59.95. So it's less than half of a lot of the grocery delivery services. If you're ready to give Thrive Market a try, then tap the more button below this video. I will put my link and all the details I mentioned, plus more details about their low sugar and gluten-free sale that starts next week in the description below. Okay, so in that 20 minutes, well, it ended up being more like 45 minutes that my sugar saver was soaking, I got the first coat of paint up on the wall here on this like this pantry side of my kitchen where my fridge and freezer are. So yeah, this organization project where I was just going to move some things around so that I could put my grain mill and Bosch mixer in my appliance garages ended up turning into a painting and total like redecoration project of this side of the kitchen. So, you know, that's one thing I could say about milling my own grain and progress that I've made with my gut healing diet is clearly I'm feeling better. I have more energy to do these kinds of things. Like I would not have the energy to just spontaneously do a project like this on a Friday night if I was feeling like crap, like I was for so long. By the way, the baby was on the floor moving the camera behind me and I didn't realize it until I went to edit this video. He's crawling. He's 5 months old and he's crawling. But anyway, there you have it. You got to see there my grain mill and my Bosch mixer fit inside of one of my appliance garages. I was very happy about that and that it motivated me to paint that side of the kitchen. It looks so good. I just love the color. Once again, that is Evergreen Fog. So as far as my gut health update, I'm down 17 pounds. I did strict elimination diet for a few months where I cut out all processed food, all grains, all added sugar, all dairy. I think that covers it. So that left me with like soups full of meat and broth and, you know, veggies that are easy to digest and fruit. That's basically what I was eating. I was making my own probiotics. Then I started taking seed probiotic. I added that in there and, you know, yeah, just rebuilding my microbiome. And a few weeks ago, I did a trial run with freshly like home milled ancient grain and it went great. I didn't have any symptoms, no bloating, no stomach pain, no brain fog, nothing. So I'm still eating a lot of protein, like a very protein heavy diet, lots of soups and stuff like that. I still want to make sure that I fully heal and pass this, you know, autoimmune flare up. Things are going really well, and I'm so glad that I made the transition to milling my flour at home. We're loving it. I've still got a lot to learn, but I am up for the challenge. Okay, so just putting a few finishing touches on the kitchen over here. I will show you here in a minute. I ended up doing a little Target run and a thrift haul and found lots of stuff that I could use to style these shelves and just really pull this area together. I'm not totally finished. I ordered some cafe curtains and a couple other things for this little area of the kitchen, so I'll probably show you like the final product, the final result of this little, you know, renovation of this space, or makeover is a better word, makeover of this space next week. I've got some old, some new. I'm going to show you what I got, what I'm keeping, and where I'm putting most of it. I have places for most of it. So I made a little Target run. I rarely go to Target, but I was in town and had to grab a gift, ran in there, and then, you know, next thing I knew, my cart was full. That does happen from time to time, but I'll show you what I got. And then I did do another thrift haul. So let's start with the new stuff that I got. I got this Hayden tea kettle. It's an electric tea kettle from Target. It was on clearance for I think like $35, normally 60 something, and I know it really was marked down because I actually had my eye on this for a while, so I was very happy to pick this up for a steal. I've already been using this, so I'm keeping this for sure. I love the looks of it. It comes in a cream color too. I probably would have gotten the cream color if they had it, but they had the white, and that goes just fine with the kitchen. So another thing that I got from Target, this is something that I pick up all the time. It is the flour sack towels from the Hearth and Hand Magnolia collection. I love these. They've been coming out with these for like 3 years now. Like every season they have different patterns, and they are, let's see, $3.99 a piece. I just love the patterns, the colors, and I use them. Like these are not decorative towels. I don't have decorative kitchen towels because I'm married to a man and we have sons, and so that's just not something that you do when you live with men and boys. You don't have decorative towels. That's like just the ultimate setup. You're setting them up for failure, right? You put these towels out, they think, she put a towel out for me to, you know, dry my dirty hands on, or I just came in from working outside and now I'm gonna wash my dirty hands. And then you get angry at them, and then it's a setup. Don't do it, ladies. If you have like an all-girl household, or I don't know, a husband who's really into decor, then you go for it. But if you got a lot of boys, just don't do it. So I like these because they're pretty, they're functional, I use them for everything, and they're not expensive to replace. So let's see. This is, yeah, $4 a piece, and I just restocked on all my towels because my old ones are very dingy. Like once a year I replace all of my kitchen towels because I make all of our meals in this kitchen. They get very gross and dirty over time. All right, moving on, the next new thing I got also from Magnolia's Hearth and Hand collection, this little clock. It's not an alarm clock, it's just a little clock, a little table clock, and it was $14.99. I am styling the shelves over here in the little back part of my kitchen, so I picked this up for that. Now, one thing I got that I'm going to be returning, it's these shower curtains. They're just a really pretty, like, warm beige color, but they're very heavy. When I got them, I was actually going to cut them and make them into new, like, kitchen sink apron skirts. Because my kitchen sinks, I have apron skirts under them, but the material is so heavy, I just don't think that the cafe curtain rods I have will hold the weight. So I'm going to return these, and that's a rule I have when I buy new things for the house. I actually just like let it sit for a day or two before I take tags off and make sure that I like it. And if I do, then I take the tags off. If not, then I return it. So I'm going to return these curtain rods and look for a similar fabric, something a lot lighter weight. Okay, let's move on. I think, oh no, another new thing I got. So these, the end caps at Target, they will really get you every time. They get me. So these were on clearance. I guess it actually is a good deal. These are Bentco containers, so great brand. I really like this brand. I've had Bentco glass containers before, and we have a million people in our family and lots of food, so this is just something that I personally can't have enough of, is good quality containers for food storage. So these are, yeah, glass containers. I got all different kinds. They were marked down. Like this set was originally $24.99. It is a set of 2 Bentco containers, marked down to $12.49. So they were actually marked down a lot, and I just grabbed all of them. Oops. All right, moving on to the old stuff that I thrifted. This book stand I got from like more of an upscale thrift store, but it was maybe like $12.99, so I wouldn't necessarily call it a steal, but it's very heavy, very pretty. and I've been looking for one for a long time. So I'm gonna put my cookbook that I keep all of like my mom recipes in on this, and then I got a vase here. This was $9.75, very solid. I love blues and greens, so I had to pick this up. Also got a cake stand. This was $4.27, very pretty. I knew I'd be styling these shelves, so I'm not sure if I'll use this or not, but it was $5, so I could like sell it for more. I could take it back and consign it or sell it for more than that, but I'll probably just hang on to it. I will find a use for it because I actually only have one cake stand. I don't have like a million cake stands. Let's see what else I got. I got this huge basket that you see here. This basket, this massive basket that is very solid and heavy duty, was $16. So I figured I would use it for toys or something in the kids' room, living room, but I just have a hard time passing up a good basket. $16 for a huge basket like this is a really good deal. Okay, then another basket. I have a basket problem. I would call it a problem, except for the fact that I actually use them all. Like when I get a basket, I find a use for it. So this looks very, very old. I couldn't find a date on it. Let's see how much this was. This was $17. So this basket, you can see little strawberries on top, and just the way that these top pieces come out, and they actually tie on with like little leather straps. It just looks very old. It's in very good shape. So I got this basket, and I have more stuff inside here that I will show you. These are silver plated kettles. The brand, what it says under it is W&S Blackington. I heard the baby wake up in my room, so I had to like run and get him. Even though this is my 5th baby, I still go running when I hear my babies cry because, I don't know, it's just maternal instinct, I guess. They are very solid, so even if I don't use them, I can use them to style my shelves, and that will work really well. Let me show you a couple more things that I got. My thrifting treasures here. I got this little step stool here. I think like everybody who grew up in the 80s or 90s, their grandma had a stool like this, like a little, chair slash step stool where the steps fold up into the stool. At least I remember somebody in my childhood having one. But this works really great because I've got little people who are always climbing up to get things in the kitchen. So I took the old little like step ladder I had out of the kitchen, and then this will double as my seat when I sit in here and do like my grading and lesson planning, and a step stool. And then the other two things, the last two things I got when I was thrifting, are back here in this little hallway, which, by the way, I am debating on whether or not to paint the hallway in Evergreen Fog as well. I really love how it looks over on this side of the kitchen. I'm just not sure if it would be like too dark for a hallway, but I almost think like a warmer, darker color is better in a hallway like this that doesn't get a lot of natural light anyway. It's more of like a dark, moody space. But anyway, the two things that I got, this, I rescued the Lord's Prayer from, going in the trash or something. So I don't know if you can see this really well with the glare there, but this was $9.99. It is the Lord's Prayer. And then this mirror is very heavy. This is really hard to hold with one hand. Very solid, very heavy duty, very, very pretty. This was maybe like $15. So I had a lot of double-digit items this thrift haul. And that's not like me. I usually like to stay in the single digits. I like to see what I can get for like $1 or $2. It's just the thrill of finding the deal, you know what I mean? But I'm happy with everything I got, even though I splurged and spent in the double digits. There were some $9.99 things there. That's just a lot, but we're gonna go with it. I think I'm gonna keep everything from my thrift haul, just returning these super thick shower curtains from Target because I have nowhere to use them, but I'd call it a success all in all. One benefit to not having a bunch of money to do extra projects and living debt-free is that you have to be patient when you want to do something around your home. when that comes to, home decor and special little touches. And it really does give it that like grandma core feel because if you think about it, our modern habit of just accumulating massive amounts of debt every time we think of something we want or something that needs to be done, that's not normal. And that's not how like our great great grandparents lived. Of course, I understand things are different. It's, inflation is insane and it's really hard to afford anything now. Things were a lot more affordable for them. But, for the most part, people and people have always borrowed money. That's not what I'm saying. But, we've just become very indulgent. We struggle with delayed gratification, whereas a lot of our ancestors were a lot better at that. If they wanted something, they would wait for it. And so I think that gives a home a lot of character when it is put together and pieced together over time. And that's something that I really love about, that's the title of this video, Thrifty Homemaking. Just being thrifty with your purchases and your finds and piecing things together and really making a home over time, not feeling like you're in a rush to have it look perfect. Because, when you're curating a space anyway, it's really hard to do that in a rushed fashion. You end up just like going to a box store and buying a bunch of stuff, and there's nothing wrong with that. I found some cute pieces that I showed you in this video from Target, which is a box store, but you just don't get that like warm, cozy, homey grandma core feeling when everything is brand new out of a box from a box store. That's, I love adding in some new, some old, some used, some repurposed things. So next week, like I said, I'll probably have more to show you as far as that little area over in the kitchen, but I'm loving how it's looking so far. As I mentioned, we have, reincorporated some grain back into our diet. I'm just being a lot more diligent about sourcing, a lot more disciplined with that. So this was a rice dish, kind of like spaghetti. So it's marinara sauce, ground sausage and beef. But instead of pasta, I used rice, and it was organic heirloom basmati rice from Azure Standard. I just make sure that when, we're doing more of a carb heavy dinner than her breakfast and lunch, I cut back a little bit. So just being more mindful of that and trying to keep a good balance. Okay, so before we wrap it up this week, before we go here, I just had to show you my wall, the ugly wall on the other side of the kitchen. A very quick way to motivate yourself to get a project done is just to paint like a small patch on a wall, and it will look so ugly and stand out so badly that it will drive you nuts if you don't commit to finishing it. So that's exactly what I did to the ugly wall. I just painted like a little swatch of that Evergreen Fog. Now I'm going to be forced to finish it. I can't seem to get a call back. I've tried to like get in touch with some woodworkers for some projects we want done. And I don't know, are people just really busy right now? Because I can't get a call back. So I'm just going to have to, paint that wall and try to figure something out myself because I'm tired of it being bare and ugly. All right, that wraps it up for this week. I will see you all next week. Before you go, be sure to tap the more button below this video for links about anything that I mentioned during the video, and you will see more details on Thrive Market's sale they have running next week, as well as the offer they have for Hopewell Heights subscribers.